part 1 of 4. The road to Ashvale. I wasn't supposed to be here. It started with a wrong turn. I was driving cross-country, taking back roads to avoid the long stretch of highway boredom. The last gas station had been nearly an hour back, and my GPS had been frozen for at least 20 minutes, leaving me with nothing but gut instinct and road signs to guide me. Then, the fog rolled in. It was sudden, so thick that my high beams barely cut through it. The world beyond my windshield became a swirling void of grey. The silence of the road felt heavier, and I gripped the wheel tighter, my stomach twisting with unease. That's when I saw it. A sign, weathered and barely legible, standing alone on the side of the road. Welcome to Ashvale. I'd never heard of it. No mention on maps, no signs leading up to it. Just a sudden declaration in the middle of nowhere. But my fuel gauge was dipping lower, and turning around in the fog seemed more dangerous than pushing forward. The town materialized like a mirage. Old buildings lined the streets, their windows dark and empty. The streetlights flickered against the haze, casting long, distorted shadows. No cars, no people. And yet, something about it felt occupied. I spotted a diner on the corner, the only place with lights on. My nerves told me to keep driving, but my need for answers won out. I pulled into the lot, cut the engine, and stepped out into the cold mist. The diner looked frozen in time, with a neon sign buzzing faintly above the door. As I stepped inside, the bell above jingled, the sound unnervingly sharp against the heavy silence. A single waitress stood behind the counter, staring at me like she had been expecting me. "You made it just in time," she said, her voice too smooth, too measured. I frowned. Just in time for what? She didn't answer. Instead, she glanced at the clock on the wall. 9:13 p.m. I turned, glancing at the empty booths, at the stillness in the air. When I turned back to her, she was gone, and so was the door I had just walked through.